So I began my academic career at University College London, where I did English literature. And then I moved to Paris because I loved the City of Lights, and I studied at a small university called the University of London Institute in Paris, which is a part of the University of London, but in Paris, as the name implies. And I did Paris studies there, which was kind of like a whole history of just the whole history of Paris, really, all the culture, everything. And then I really enjoyed that, and through those studies I became interested in a group called the Situationists International, and which my supervisor had written about, and he suggested that I should do a PhD on that. So I ended up doing a PhD on the life and work of Raoul van Eyck, who was a Belgian member of the Situationists International. The Leverhulme is an extremely prestigious award, and it really gives, well, it was really a way, it was the only way in which I really felt that I could really focus on a piece of really interesting research that it would give me that space to develop as an academic. If you do other positions at this stage in your career, often you can be overly burdened with teaching. And the thing about Leverhulme is that it really is just about, there is teaching, and that's an important aspect, a very important aspect of academia. But with Leverhulme, it really is the research and making you into a researcher that is really the focus. So, that was the main point of interest for me. But I knew I wanted to be in a French department, because although my PhD is in French studies, but it kind of touches on politics, history, and things like that. So I could have perhaps gone another way. I knew I wanted to be in a French department. I'm also somebody who likes Europe and languages in general. So I love I love that it's a modern languages department, so that there's lots of different languages. And one of the main points for me was also that there is an interest in Marxian approaches to contemporary social issues here, and I imagine that's also why my original proposal was attractive to Cardiff as well. The title of my research is Ne travaillez jamais, which means never work in French. And this was a piece of graffiti that was written by a member of the Situationists International, Guy Debord, in the mid-50s. And so that that's a big title heading of the research, and then following on, it's the critique of work in 19th and 20th century French thought from Charles Fourier to Guy Debord. And so, as the title suggests, it's really looking at French thinkers who, over the past 200 years, say, have been seen work as something bad and something from which human beings need to be emancipated. And obviously this brings up all sorts of different social issues. And I was actually quite surprised when I was really originally looking into the proposal, how it brings together so many different people, really big thinkers like Guy Debord, but also, poets like Rimbaud, who also had a critique of work, fantasy authors and so on and so forth. So it brings together a lot of different authors. And what I really wanted to do was kind of create a secret history of French thought, because a lot of people I'm looking at, such as obviously Ralph van Eyck and Guy Debord, and also Anselm Japp, and also Belgian surrealism, which is a fascinating topic, like people like Louis Goutener and Aki Chavez, aren't people that are really usually at the focus of these kind of intellectual history kind of studies. So the questions I'm going to be asking is, what do these authors think work is? Why do they think we need to be emancipated from it? How useful are these definitions of work, etc.? And also, what place does the critique of work and the search to abolish work, perhaps, have in contemporary French society as well? I'm really looking forward to being part of a department of people who are researching interesting things. I love to teach, so I'm looking forward to teaching. And of course, I'm really looking forward to getting into the library, putting in the hard graft, and so forth, and learning new things.